Oh, hello, and good morning to all of you at Corpus Christi Catholic Primary School in sunny Wolverhampton. Hello, my name is Alistair Humphreys. I'm an adventurer and I'm the author of some books like The Boy Who Bite the World, also The Girl Who Rode the Ocean, and then I've written a couple of picture books about my favourite adventurers and explorers. These have got lots of pictures and illustrations about the adventurers and explorers who inspired me to go and have my adventures, because I used to love reading books. Reading books is really what inspired me to go and try and cycle around the world myself. So who knows? Maybe now you've been reading my book, and thank you for reading my book. Maybe now you've read the book, you too might start dreaming of adventures of your own. Well, you've sent me some fantastic questions, so let me get on and answer them. Aha, I've already answered the first question. What inspired you to carry out your journey? Next question, what challenges did you face? Gosh, I think when you go on an adventure, you need to face challenges. If there are no challenges, it's not an adventure, it's a holiday. So I faced challenges such as the physical challenges of having to cycle lots and lots of miles, even when I was tired. I had the different terrains, so boiling hot deserts in Sudan, freezing snow in Siberia, howling gales in Patagonia, days and days of rain in Oregon, in America. There were the language challenges of trying to communicate with people who spoke different languages to me. And then there were a lot of mental challenges, the loneliness, the boredom of being on your own, pedaling down endless roads for so long, missing home, missing my friends, and also really doubting myself. Can I actually cycle around the world? This is really hard. So there were lots of challenges. Excuse me. Oh, I've been time for a big yawn. Did you ever run out of resources? I remember running out of food in the desert in Egypt, and a lorry driver stopped and he gave me like a dry chapati, like a flatbread, and half an onion. I had an onion sandwich, and boy, oh boy, was it delicious. When you're hungry, food tastes good. Hunger is the best sauce. In Kazakhstan, I ran out of water and I was so thirsty. I remember sleeping and my dreams were just full of dreams of water and waterfalls. And the next day, again, a lorry driver stopped and he gave me a bottle of fermented, so slightly fizzy horse milk called, what's it called? Kumis, I think. Anyway, it was disgusting, even though I was thirsty, but I guzzled it all down. And in the Andes, in the mountains in South America, had to have all my food for 10 days, and I ran out of some sort of stuff, so I had to eat spaghetti with sugar for a while. Did you ever come across a dangerous animal? Well, what did I see? I saw elephants and crocodiles and bears. So they're quite dangerous. The most dangerous thing probably, though, is a mosquito. Mosquitoes that transmit the disease malaria. That kills millions of people every year still. How did you overcome missing? Oh, and I also got chased by lots of dogs. Dogs like chasing people on bikes. How did you overcome missing your family? Yeah, missing my friends and missing my family is a really sad part of adventures, and it was really hard. I would phone home and send emails, send postcards, but also you make lots of new friends when you're on an adventure, when you're traveling in different countries. So you meet new people and they become your friends, and that feels really nice. Would you want your family to do the same, your children to do the same? That's a great question. Oof, gosh, I've got 2 children called Tom and Lucy. Would I want them to do the same? This is a really interesting question, because as a parent, the thought of my kid cycling off across continents on their own or rowing across an ocean, it scares me, especially as they're quite gormless teenagers. But I guess my job is to raise them to be independent and curious and adventurous, and then to say, hey, go for it, good luck. send me an email. Gosh, so I would love them to do something like that, but I would miss them a lot and it would scare me too. Where did you go to school? Where did I go to school? Not a million miles away from Wolverhampton. I went to school in a town not that far away from you called Shrewsbury. I actually went on my 18th birthday. A friend of mine took me to watch Wolverhampton Wanderers at the stadium, Molyneux, and they read out "Happy Birthday, Alistair" on the announcements at half time. That's my Wolverhampton story. How do you carry everything for so long? Well, on your bike, you can fix bags on the front wheel and the back wheel. They're called panniers, and that can carry stuff. But the most important thing is on a big journey, you start to realize you don't need very much stuff. Do you really need 5 different jumpers, 5 pairs of trousers, 5 pairs of trainers? No, not really. As long as you're clean, you can just keep wearing the same clothes. So gradually, I would just reduce and reduce and reduce the amount of stuff that I was carrying on the bike. And that simplifying of life to really have so little stuff, but for every item to be really important, I really love. And I really love a life without just buying pointless junk. Did your bike have problems? Yes, my bike had lots of problems. They broke down a lot and I had to start learning how to be able to fix them. Do you have plans for another book? Well, since The Boy Bite the World, I've written The Girl Who Rode the Ocean, which you might enjoy. That's about my story of rowing across the Atlantic Ocean, told through the eyes of Tom's sister, Lucy. She's the girl who rode the ocean. By the way, I really like the front cover of this book. Oh, and also, this is my favorite thing, this book. It's got, like, down the bottom corner, can you see it's got a little flip thing of a girl rowing the boat. I like that. I've just finished writing a book called Canoe Challenge, which should be in the shops at the end of March. Nobody in the world has ever read it. Maybe your class can get the first ever copy and read it. And that is about Tom and Lucy canoeing across America. And I finished writing that book, so that's now about to be published. So now I've started writing a new book called Outback Odyssey. And to be honest, what I should be doing this morning is writing that book, but I got quite bored writing it. So I just thought, oh, I'll check my emails. And I saw I had a nice email from your lovely teacher, Mrs. Wells. And I thought, oh, well, I will reply to this email by making this video reply, and this will help me procrastinate. This will help me put off doing my work, which is very bad behavior. But yes, when I finish talking to you now, I'm going to carry on writing my book about Tom and Lucy crossing Australia by camel. Did you break any world records? No, I'm not a world record kind of dude. Thank you so much for all the questions. And also, you're writing a biography about me. I'm interested to know about this. I would love to. I'd love to see some of the results of it. Thank you for reading my book. I hope it makes you think, hey, maybe I could go have an adventure too. Where would you go? What adventures would you like to do? Start dreaming and go do it. Thank you so much for reading my book, everybody. I hope you might read Canoe Challenge when it comes out. Be a world first reader. How about that? Imagine being the first person in the world to read a book. That'd be quite cool. And I probably better stop talking now and actually go and get on with writing my new book. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a lovely day. Bye.